You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Arvind Kejriwal has been sent to Tihar jail. A Delhi court today, PMLA court, granted a 14-day judicial custody till April 15th to the Delhi Chief Minister. As Kejriwal's confinement leaves the Aam Aadmi Party reeling and facing an uphill battle to salvage its political fortunes. Here's a detailed report.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is jailed. A Delhi court on Monday sent him to 14-day judicial custody in the liquor policy case. The Enforcement Directorate produced Kejriwal in the Rouse Avenue court, presided by Special Judge Kaveri Baweja after his custody ended. Kejriwal was sent to Tihar jail after the ED sought judicial remand. In its application to court, the ED alleged that Kejriwal had provided false and contradictory evidence during their inquiry. ED claimed Kejriwal had evaded questions and had refused to disclose passwords to his digital devices. Furthermore, he allegedly labelled his own party leaders as confused. Kejriwal claimed that accused Vijay Nair reported to Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj and asserted that his interaction with Nair was limited.
He's taken your name in the case for the first time.
Delhi Minister Atishi evaded questions on Kejriwal's claims.
According to them, Mr. Kejriwal has made a statement.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी राजनीति में किसी को सामने नहीं आने देते। अब वो आतिशी जी को और सौरभ भारद्वाज को फंसाने जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं अगर वो बाहर रहेंगे वो मुख्यमंत्री बन जाएंगे, अरविंद केजरीवाल जेल में रह जाएंगे। इसलिए ये अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने जो आज सनसनीखेज खुलासा किया है, एक बात स्पष्ट हो गई है कि शराब में घोटाला हुआ।
Ahead of his court appearance, Kejriwal had criticized the Prime Minister's actions.
अरविंद जी, पूरा इंडिया गठबंधन के लाभ के लिए जुटा मामले में था, क्या कहेंगे?
मंत्री जी जो ये कर रहे हैं ये देश के लिए अच्छा नहीं है।
Sunita Kejriwal, the Chief Minister's wife, accused the BJP government of seeking to incarcerate the AAP chief during elections.
11 दिन उनकी पूछताछ हुई है, पूछताछ पूरी हो गई है। अदालत ने दोषी नहीं कहा, उनको जेल में क्यों डाला है? लोगों का एक ही मकसद है, इनको चुनावों में उनको जेल में डालना है। देश की जनता इस तानाशाही का जवाब देगी।
The BJP rejected the AAP charge, accusing Kejriwal of playing victim card.
Those who try to portray the bogey of victimhood, I would like to underline that today's judgment of the court is based on the concrete evidences. Now it raises certain moral and constitutional questions.
This is the dictatorship of Mr. Modi. 2,715 crores BJP extorted from industrialists using ED. Extortion Directorate it has become. 60 crores from Sarath Chandra Reddy BJP got. That prime accused of the Sharab Ghotala. Approver. Only statement of Sarath Chandra Reddy, they arrested Kejriwal, the sitting Chief Minister. India is watching. The world is watching.
Meanwhile, Kejriwal has made specific requests for his stay in Tihar jail. He has sought permission to take many books, including the Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana and Mahabharata. He also wants access to necessary medicines and a special diet. Kejriwal has requested a table and a chair to facilitate his work and personal activities. Several Aam Aadmi Party leaders, including Sanjay Singh, Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain, are already in Tihar in separate cells. With Kejriwal also sent to jail after facing an uphill battle to salvage its political fortunes in 2024 elections. With Munish Pandey, Shreya Chatterjee and Shrishti Ojha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now right outside Tihar jail is my colleague Pooja Shali, who's been reporting there since the course of the morning. Pooja, take us through the specific protocol that was followed for Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and taking in to the Tihar jail.
What a day this has been for Delhi Chief Minister. The bureaucrat turned politician who won as Chief Minister repeatedly for National Capital Delhi on an anti-corruption plank here in Tihar jail, now lodged as a prisoner on corruption charges. Now at about 3 p.m. when the order was signed and the clarity and the formalities were done, by about 3:30 p.m. Arvind Kejriwal had left from the Rouse Avenue court in central Delhi, and by 4:15 p.m. he had arrived here at the Tihar prison. Now, high security prison, high security and high profile prisoner as well. For the first time, a sitting chief minister, and that too of national capital Delhi, will now be lodged here on charges of money laundering that the party has called absolutely false and political vendetta, while the Enforcement Directorate claims that he's the kingpin of the liquor policy excise scam, and they have enough chain trail at least to question him. 14 days judicial custody. It's barely 18 days to go for Lok Sabha elections, which means he'll be out most of it. And importantly, remember, it's not just about Arvind Kejriwal, but also what happens here on, because it looks like it could be a long haul with Manish Sisodia, who's been behind bars for over a year in the same case. Satyendra Jain, in a different case, has been behind bars now for almost 2 years. Then comes in Sanjay Singh, another close aide of Arvind Kejriwal, for 6 months, has been behind bars. He was arrested in the month of October 2023. And then there was recently BRSSK Kavita. All of them together now here in the Tihar prison. But the bigger question remains for Arvind Kejriwal is, can he continue as chief minister? He's now a prisoner in Tihar. The trial will begin. Aam Aadmi Party says he only will be the chief minister, nobody else. But it appears it's not going to be as easy as it was possibly in the ED to sign files. It's very unlikely for now, it looks like, for him to continue to be the chief minister. What happens next will be the big question.
Pooja, what more can you add? What we do, understand that there was a medical test that was conducted when he was transferred to judicial custody. That happened on the premise of Tihar jail. He's in jail number 2 in Tihar. What more can you tell us on his stay? He's asked for medicine. He's asked for a specific diet. He's asked for a table and chair, 3 books. What more can you add?
According to the jail sources, we are told that it is jail number 2 and close enough. Could be Manish Sisodia, Satyendra Jain, BRSSK Kavita. But so it's basically a big compound in the Tihar prison. But there is strict CCTV security surveillance that will be 24/7 on the Delhi Chief Minister. He is a high-profile prisoner. Satyendra Jain has had that security and CCTV surveillance. Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal will also have. He's, of course, made requests for 3 specific books. Then he has made a request for medicines because he's diabetic. So there is a lot of political messaging that has gone for the choice of books, but it's not to catch up on reading. It's to mention that he's in it for a long fight, and he claims it's a good fight. But because he's in jail number 2, and most of the coterie that he trusts the most, Manish Sisodia, been with him since the beginning of India Against Corruption.
All right, Pooja, appreciate you joining us with the very latest. Let's cut across right now to Munish Pandey for more. Munish, what can we expect in terms of protocol now? Judicial custody, do we see the CBI also come in? What is going to be the ED's prerogative as well?
Well, Preeti, at this point of time, what we have confirmed that CBI will be moving an application before the court that they want to arrest Arvind Kejriwal. And while Arvind Kejriwal is in judicial custody in Tihar jail, there is a high possibility that one day a team of CBI will reach in the jail and they will place Arvind Kejriwal under arrest, and later he will be taken to court for further remand. Now, as far as CBI's strategy is concerned, they are planning to name Arvind Kejriwal as accused in the next charge sheet if they file in connection with this case. And if he is made accused in that charge sheet, then Arvind Kejriwal has to secure bail not only in ED's case, but also in the CBI case. So both the agencies, ED and CBI, they are moving, on the lines that Arvind Kejriwal will have to, will have to face some difficulties, at least in getting bail. And the plan of both the agencies is to keep Arvind Kejriwal in jail for as long as possible. Now, Enforcement Directorate is also planning to question some of the accused in the case. There is a possibility that Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, they may also be called in for questioning, because according to Enforcement Directorate, Arvind Kejriwal in his statement has said that he has no connection, as far as the allegations are concerned. Vision Air was reporting to Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj and not to him. So in all possibility, it looks like that Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj may be called in for questioning by the ED in future.
All right. Well, the ambit of the probe only widening there. Appreciate you joining us, Manish. Let's now quickly cut across to our political panelists this evening. Joining me is Shazia Ilmi, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Akshay Marathe, National Spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party. Akshay, to begin with you, why shouldn't it be said now that the Delhi Chief Minister has lost the moral fiber to continue as Chief Minister? You know, when Manish Sisodia was sent to Tihar jail, I'm not talking about ED remand. Your party asked him to step down as Deputy CM. Why not the same yardstick for an Arvind Kejriwal?
Preeti, whether Arvind Kejriwal remains Chief Minister or not is immaterial. Whether India remains a democracy or not is the primary question in the hearts of everybody who is watching this show. 1 month before the national election, Arvind Kejriwal is a national opposition leader. He would have campaigned across the country for Aam Aadmi Party and the India Alliance. But Narendra Modi chose to lock him up in jail without even filing a charge sheet against him. When you have so many 100 cases against BJP-related people, whether it's Praful Patel, Chhagan Bhujbal, Ajit Pawar, all of their charge sheets have been filed, but they have been completely acquitted by the BJP because now those individuals have joined the BJP. But opposition leaders are systematically being put in jail. How can we survive as a democracy if our opposition isn't allowed to even contest elections? What is the point of holding elections? Let BJP declare themselves the victors.
No, Akshay, I'm going to bring in Shazia Elmi into this.
Let me
finish.
It is an important point. In this particular case, let's look at what evidence they have. They have no documentary evidence. There is no money trail that has been established. The two statements on the basis of which a sitting chief minister has been arrested, one, Sharat Chandra Reddy, who pays 60 crore rupee bribe to the BJP, 6 months, does not name Arvind Kejriwal, then suddenly names Arvind Kejriwal, is let out on bail, pays 60 crore bribe to the BJP. The BJP should answer why they took 60 crore from a scam-accused kingpin. Number two, Magunta Reddy, who has also given a statement against Arvind Kejriwal. 6 months again, same story, did not name Arvind Kejriwal, suddenly names Arvind Kejriwal. Today, the man is a BJP MP candidate from Andhra Pradesh. That
TDP, not BJP. TDP,
NDA,
not BJP.
He's an NDA candidate. He's an NDA candidate. He's running for election on the face of Narendra Modi. What kind of joke are we making our institutions and our rule of law?
All right, Akshay Marathi, I'm going to come back to you. Okay. All right, you know, I'm going to come right back and I'm going to ask you the same question again. If the Deputy Chief Minister had stepped down because Delhi was suffering, why not in this case? Because you're fighting personal battles at the cost of what the Delhi state is. I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back and ask you that question. Allow me to bring in your counterpart. Shazia Elmi, the question is, this might be uncharted territory where legally speaking, because there is no constitutional hurdle per se if it comes down to a chief minister running his government from the confines of a jail. It's happened in the case of the former telecom minister, Mr. Sukram. It happened in the case of Subrata Roy, where the jail was converted into an office space. Why not in this case is the question.
You know, when Jayalalitha was arrested, she did carry on her work from the jail, and that went on for 48 hours. Lalu Prasad Yadav, when he was convicted, he made arrangements and made sure that his wife is happily ensconced in the CM's chair. As for Hemant Soren, he of course resigned, as have other chief ministers. Now, this man wants to run it from the jail itself, so it will be the first time in the history of independent India that a chief minister wants to carry out his rest of his tenure from the jail. It won't be too difficult also because most of the cabinet is there, so it will be quite easy for him to, you know, carry on. But if you hear every day as to what is happening, you realize, Preeti, how the plot has thickened. And now how Arvind Kejriwal, first after having thrown Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh under the bus, is now throwing Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj under the bus. And that is extremely interesting because that is what came out today, you know, from the conversations. And not just that, even N.D. Gupta said that and Vijay Nair said that, and now Arvind Kejriwal is repeating that. So now obviously he's running away from the responsibility and the blame. He's realizing that something, I mean, you know, there is a lot that has happened that he can't run away from. So he's now planting the blame on these two, and he's realizing that these two have become very important and they can hijack the party, which is why now we are looking at Rabdi Devi, new version now in form of Sunita Kejriwal ji, for whom the debut was made yesterday and a launch was done from the same Ramlila Maidan from where Arvind Kejriwal was launched. And to my mind, what is shocking here is that this is the court saying This is nothing to do with the ED and what they're providing as in terms of evidence. And now the court has also said that the arrestee can impact and destroy evidence, which is why he has to be in judicial custody. Now, this is a very important observation, and which is why he's going to be there, which means there is ample evidence, because there are 14 and in fact 15 arrests so far. And it's not based on just one statement or two. And even if statements are made, they have to be corroborated with evidence which is there, which is exactly how it's done every time. This is how the criminal law is practiced. So there is enough evidence, and which is why the famous phone call that Vijay Nair made for Samir Mahindra to Arvind Kejriwal is being brought back again and again. Another question is that Vijay Nair,
how much
I'm coming to you, sir. I'm coming to you. You will get equal time. Don't worry.
Kailash Gehlot, why did he meet? Why did he meet the co-accused 10 times and in the presence of the so-called liquor lobby? Now, this is very interesting, because if you see, Samir Mahindra was the wholesaler. And if you look at, you look at the South Cartel, they were the retailers. And you see the whopping profits they got, the windfall gains. And compare that to the excise loss. So there is a case in place to start with.
Okay. Akshay Marathe, I want to come back to you.
But now it's going in a very ugly direction.
The ambit of investigation will only increase because it's not coming in from sources. It was said in court by the Enforcement Directorate today that Arvind Kejriwal has said that Vijay Nair reported not to him but to Atishi and Saurabh. So in all probability, now the ambit of investigation is going to include an Atishi or a Saurabh. On the other account, the question that I was asking, you think that, or your claim, your allegation, that this is political vendetta, it's misuse of agencies, could very well be right in its place. Why should the people of Delhi suffer is the question, Akshay Marathe. If a deputy CM stepped down, why not the chief minister?
Preeti, I demand the resignation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi for putting the people of Delhi through this ordeal where they have voted 55% for Arvind Kejriwal to be their chief minister. Why the hell should he resign? Why should he resign when there is nothing in the law against him being continuing as chief minister?
Let's go one by one, ma'am. I'll come to you. Can I just get Akshay Marathe? Go ahead.
There is not even an ECIR. There is an equivalent of an FIR which the Enforcement Directorate files against people it accuses. There is not even an ECIR against him. There is no charge sheet against him. There is no trial against him. There is no charge sheet against him. And you have put a sitting chief minister in jail because people like Shazia Ilmi and these BJP spokespersons want a media trial. Every day they will come and say, "Aaj court mein ye hua, aaj court mein wo hua." What is the point? For the last 1 year, Manish Sisodia is in jail. They have not been able to convict him. The trial has not even started yet. Have we reduced ourselves to a joke? They induct people, corrupt people who they call corrupt into their party. Praful Patel, let's take his example. They called him corrupt. They said he has done a scam in the Air India Indian Airlines merger. Now the CBI has filed a closure report in the court. Shazia, please don't talk.
Please, let's go one by one. Ma'am, I'll come to you. You can make your claim. Make your point. Make your point. Akshay, make your point.
Naveen Jindal, accused of Colgate, raided by ED last year, joins BJP, and now he's made a candidate. The people of India are watching this joke being played out, but the debate is constantly being framed. Will Arvind Kejriwal continue in jail or not? What does it matter if he'll continue in jail or not? The real question is, will this country be run by rule of law? Will this country be run by an independent judicial investigation? Will this country be run by a prime minister who cares about democracy? Okay, imagine. Now you're saying the ambit of investigation is increasing. Atishi will be put in jail. Saurabh Bhargava will be put in jail. Put everybody from Aam Aadmi Party in jail. Finish the party. Lock up the offices. But who will raise the issues of education, of healthcare, of power, of water? We need a strong opposition to hold this government to account. This government is destroying your voices, not we will go to jail. We will rot in jail, it's fine. Where will the people of India go? Where will the media go? When the government becomes all powerful and goes after you.
Okay, I want to bring in Shazia back into this conversation. Ma'am, equal. Believe me, the last time if you actually counted, I have a stopwatch, you spoke. Ma'am, you spoke 40 seconds more than him. But I'm going to give you equal amount of time, don't worry. So I'm going to bring you back into this conversation. The question, Ms. Ilmi, also now comes down to the fact is what's stopping the LG from recommending President's rule. He's made it very clear the ball is in the Lieutenant Governor's court. If he wants to push for President's rule, what is it that is stopping him to do so?
Well, you can ask the LG that, and I have no locus on the Sanday on this question at all. But I want to answer all the various comments made by Akshay, how hollow and shallow they sound. It is Arvind Kejriwal himself and N.D. Gupta himself and Vijay Nair who are talking about reporting to, Vijay Nair reporting to Atishi and Saurabh. And look at you, how you try to confuse the issue. Every time you ask the details of the case, you run helter and skelter. You go here and you go there, but you still can't answer the fact that Indo-Spirits, Pernod, the South Cartel were involved in robbing people of Delhi and the exchequer of Delhi of 1,080 crores. And not just that, you actually made the policy to rob the government, which would have revenue, and not just that, to give the wholesalers a percentage increase from 6% to 12%, and a 185 whopping increase in terms of percentage to these liquor lobby and the cartel, which in turn give you kickbacks. So don't try and be very smart and confuse the issue. Modi ji is not doing anything. There are courts in this country, and if you dare accuse my country of being a banana republic, then people of this country will teach you a lesson. It is the same people and the same system which has made Arvind Kejriwal the CM, and it is the same Arvind Kejriwal who accused all those people and called them chor. पहले लड़े थे गोरों से, अब लड़ेंगे चोरों से, showing Lalu Prasad Yadav's picture, showing the pictures of Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Kapil Sibal, Sonia Gandhi, Tejasvi Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav.
Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal.
No, okay, I'll come to you, sir. Please allow her. Please allow her time.
Seeking their names. Yeah, and so
now can I respond?
No,
sir, I'll come back to you. Let her finish her point. I will come back to you.
No. I'll say no.
Let her make her point.
Yes. And the Mahathakbandhan rally. So no matter how much you try and confuse, the fact of the matter is there is ample evidence, which is why Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh have not got bail from any of the courts, starting from the Sessions Court to the High Court, and not once but many times, and also the Supreme Court. Not just that, it is Arvind Kejriwal who went, after refusing to go and attend to the summons, he went to Delhi High Court, and he asked for it when Delhi High Court said, why has he not been arrested? So this is how it's happened, my dear friend, and everybody knows that. So don't confuse.
20 seconds, Akshay Marathe, please respond.
Because you know better.
20 seconds, Akshay Marathe.
The BJP is a party that has no conscience. They accuse Sharath Reddy of scamming the country. They accuse him of paying Aam Aadmi Party a bribe, and they take 60 crore rupees of bribe from him. They accuse Magunta Reddy of scamming the country, paying Aam Aadmi Party a bribe. Then they give him a Lok Sabha ticket to fight against in the face of Narendra Modi. I'm not lying. These are facts on the record. Electoral bonds show that Sharath Reddy, who you have accused of corruption, has paid you 60 crores. Why have you taken 60 crores from a scam accused? Why have you given? Preeti, you should ask these questions to her.
Bonds, and you have taken
those questions.
You need to ask these questions to her.
No. Those questions are being asked in a separate debate. This is a debate whether the Chief Minister can run his government from the confines of a jail. This is what the debate is. I appreciate both Akshay Marathe and Shazia Almi for joining us. We're going to let it be. Thank you both for joining us this evening. It's a conversation which is going to continue in days to come.